Oh. All right. See if people can hear me now. Damn, this shit's bright. Put this shit down. I don't know how this is working, but we're gonna find out. Where's the camera at? There you are. All right. Yeah. All right. Can you hear me, TV? Can you hear me? It said my mic is good. Let me know if you can hear me. Oh, shit. Un momento. Yep, yep. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah. In the name of Jesus, catch this Holy Spirit all in your Holy Spirit. All right? Yeah. Says stop yelling. What's going on, everybody? I'm finally using the damn StreamYard. So, just a moment. Getting everything kind of set up here, kind of getting everything situated, all right? What's going on? Deaconess Schmacky, Prophetess Vance, Carmen Webb. All right, good. Let me lower my voice now. Okay, I don't want to be too loud, all right? Don't be too loud now. Okay. So let me just get set up here. Hold on, hold on. Okay. Okay. Refresh that. So yeah, how y'all doing? Shit. Hey, what's going on, Miss Vivi? Everybody up in the chat, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Let y'all get settled and shit. You know? All right, cool. This is some, you know, like I said, we're gonna make the things a little bit easier now. You know what I'm saying? How's everybody doing? Happy Moon Day to you. TV, so glad to hear it. So glad to hear it. I got my 3 decks here. Pretty soon, in a few minutes, we will be going, we'll be doing some card pulls and then, of course, opening it up for you because I know you got specific questions. Some of y'all got some questions right now. Some shit been popping up. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. Well, we got you covered here. I'm just letting people get in right now. Good. Glad to hear that. What time is it over there in Australia, Carmen? It's like in the morning, or is it like late at night? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, my name is Shango Ray, if you don't know. 12:49 p.m. Okay, so y'all chilling, lounging. So it's 12:49 like tomorrow, huh? As far as we're concerned over here. My name is Shango Ray, aka Real Deal Ray. If you're just tuning in, we're gonna have some fun. You know what I mean? We often do card pulls here, and of course, paypal.me/Shango Ray. Like it says right at the bottom here. If you have a specific question, you can get in line now. Okay, it's that easy for a donation of $9.99 or more. But I wanted to talk about some things real quick, and of course, touch base with my Ray fam here. It's Tuesday. Yeah, okay. That's what I figured. That's what I figured. Okay. So anyhow, love the show. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. Deaconess Smacky, I'm very glad to hear it. It's been a minute since I did. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been a minute since I did. I have 4 more to do. So those should probably be out later. But yeah, they do take some time, you know, especially like if I'm going 15 minutes each, then I gotta like compress them, upload them, and do all this other good stuff. 8 heads in the building. Let's get some lickies on the like while we're up. Let's get some lickies on the like, okay? Cunniling my like button. She likes that. She's a good friend, a friend with benefits. Okay. And she loves it. All right. And I don't mind sharing her. Okay. So go ahead and licky on the like button. I can't even see the likes here. I've never used this before to go live. So once again, stepping into the unknown like we do all the time. And send some healing my way. I fell and hit the back of a chair with the back of my head. Lord have mercy. Definitely, Mrs. Beebe. Jesus Christ. When did this happen? We're doing this. I'm going to drink my coffee. All right. I'm saying, right, Prophetess Vance, you know, you just had a near-death surgery. We got to get you right, yo. Everybody send some healing intentions and healing energy Miss Beebe's way, man. Shit. Damn. Let me see here. Okay, at least it gets sent. That's right. I was sending mine right now. So you got them coming in. They're coming in. Dot, join her. Welcome, Dot. How you doing, Dot? How you feeling, Dot? Let me see here. How you feeling? I'm probably not going to be on here that long. At least I got the time clicking on here too. So, oh, holy smizak, Carmen, what is this about? I don't want to. All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Carmen. Well, I don't know if you wanted me to tell you that, but I really do appreciate you, and I thank you. Okay. How have you been, Carmen? Also, been okay? Just okay, Dot? It's okay to be just okay. Stay in a recliner and get somebody to help you. For real, shit. This is not the time to be messing around if you got a concussion. And I heard you're not supposed to fall asleep if you have a concussion. If you've been concussed, you're not supposed to sleep. I really appreciate you, though, Carmen. Thank you. No one to help out. And yes, I'm sleeping in a recliner. Okay. Did they say if that's okay? I mean, of course, like, I don't understand how, like, you know, I guess, I don't know if that applies to, like, right after you get concussed or what. I don't know if you're still concussed, but Lord. Felicia Beeks, salute. Felicia, how you doing? Happy Moon Day to you. Absolutely. This is going fantastic. Big changes, big things happening. What you call it, Shango? I said concussed. It's a medical term. Man. Yeah. So, anyways, the title of this video. Hey, well, I appreciate you, Carmen Webb, for real. So the title of this video is Explode Your Cash. Now, one of the ways that you can explode your cash is if you have your own business. And to me, honestly, doesn't mean having the business license and all that stuff. It could be what a lot of people refer to as a side hustle. But no matter what you are doing, there are always more efficient ways. There are things that we just don't think about. How many times have you been doing something and someone says, hey, have you tried this? Or maybe you should try that. And you say, you know what? Why the didn't I think of that? You know, you have one of these moments. Well, that is the topic of the evening before we get into these cards, because that's what a mastermind is all about. You ever heard the saying, 2 heads are better than 1? Well, shit, 9 heads is pretty fucking good. All right. So far, we ain't up to 9 yet, though. I believe we still have 4 seats. Michelle Riddell, what's happening? the crazy Canadians in the house. But we all, in whatever it is that we're doing, we all have a tendency to get in our little groove, which is good because most things require consistency. A lot of times you can say consistency and habit go hand in hand. Problem is when we get stuck in the consistency or habit when it's time for growth, or if things have just been going slow. A lot of times when things are going slow or things aren't working out, one of the things that people like to do is do whatever the fuck they were doing just harder. You know what I'm saying? And that oftentimes doesn't work. Most of the time, it's not about doing the same shit you were doing, just more of it. A lot of times, just a little bit of a pivot, a little bit of a shift, you know, a change in perspective, getting some feedback, getting some other suggestions that may spurn your own suggestions, may get your mind rewiring, and the circuitry now is rewired. Now you get that idea like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Those are what explode your cash flow, your business, your side hustle, if you're an entrepreneur, your endeavors. And I've been guilty of it too. You know, I get in my groove and I groove and I continue to groove. But when you catch yourself, that's when it's a great time, because even though you may not know what to do exactly in that moment, at least you're aware of, hey, there's probably something else, or maybe I could be doing this more efficiently, or we could take this to another level somehow, some way. That's the beginning. Some are too stubborn to work together. Yeah, true. But when you're able to meet with a like-minded group who wants to see you succeed, okay, that's when, I'm sure you've heard of think tanks, right? A lot of these software companies, technology companies, a lot of different kinds of companies, they have these think tanks, which is very similar to what a mastermind group is, you know, but it's a place where you could just start pumping out the ideas. True, you're probably not going to utilize most of them, but that's okay. It's the creative process. Just like when you're writing, you know, if you have a hard time writing or you have writer's block, a lot of times the key is just sit your ass down and write. Even if you're writing crap, pretty soon that switch is going to happen. That flow is going to happen. You're going to start to feel inspired, you know. Then you're going to start really enjoying what you're doing, and you're going to start like actually probably feeling your work. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need that push. You got to just kind of like use your willpower to like get the wheels going just a little bit. Sometimes the inspiration comes to you and you can't wait to sit down and start writing this out. However it happens, because creativity is a tricky thing. You know, it's not something that you can usually just, like inspiration in particular, you have to be ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Whether you have your voice recorder on your phone so you can at least take the idea down, or you have something to which you can write it down with. You know, you will break your own writer block when you just write shit. Thank you, Miss Beeks. Exactly. Okay. Writers write, right? Producers produce, artists do art shit, you know, creators create, you know? So half the battle is just, more than half the battle is just getting your ass to actually do it. Well, with a mastermind group, you're going to be putting yourself in a situation. So you don't have to worry about now, because sometimes most businesses fail. Usually, I forgot what the percentage is, but within the first 2 years, they're done. You know, or the people give up because they're not able to get the results that they want, because they're only accessing maybe their own thought processes. And it's a wonderful thing to be able to have like-minded individuals that you can bounce ideas off of, gain suggestions. You might be able to use this person's strategy, implement parts of it into your own, and you'll know, because the furnace is going to kick on. You know, that furnace of inspiration, you know, that feeling you get when you are inspired and you're like, oh shit, you know, because it's like, you know, it's not your own regular thought. It seems to come through you. It's like it comes through you, and there's this feeling that comes with it that's unexplainable. I'm not even going to try and describe it right now, but these are the types of occurrences that we're going to be having in the Mastermind Divination group. So if you are a business owner or you have a hustle that you're doing, but you want to take it to the next level, maybe you want to make it more of a legitimate thing, or you want to make it a full-time thing. If you're an entrepreneur, this is all about fostering each other's creativity, supporting each other, motivating each other. But it's not just about the motivation. I don't like that. That motivation shit is very temporary unless it's coming from inside you. Okay. But it's also about pulling down these ideas, channeling these ideas, these suggestions. Like I said, you never know. I've had so many times where just a conversation and somebody says that one thing and it just totally, it may not have been a big shift, but all I needed was a little shift. Those little degrees of shift are all you need. Everyone's thinking it's got to be this big Hiroshima, Nagasaki explosion, and it doesn't have to be. Yes, Felicia, that's what I'm talking about. Thinking outside the box, but more specifically, thinking outside of your box. And we all need to do it. It's also why readers have readers that they go to. It's because sometimes it can be difficult for anybody to read for themselves because they can't see past their own shit. There's certain luxuries, I will call them, that objectivity affords you that is extremely hard to get, or I'll say difficult or challenging to get just on your own. That one word and bingo, you see the light. See, that's what I'm talking. See, you get it. You get it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The one word. And you know what's funny? Someone may suggest something to you and it's not the actual suggestion, but it sparks something within you. Maybe it is something, though, that you've been waiting to hear, that you've been looking for. My daughters used to ask me about how to find something on Google. This is back when, right? And I would always say to them, it's about the quality of your question. What are you actually looking for? Because you can go looking and looking, but if you're not asking the right questions, you're not going to get the right answers. And I've always said this, that, to me, the question, having a very well-defined question will get you a lot farther. You know what I'm saying? I'm a flat chat. What? I am flat chat broke. Brokey. Well, you know what? I'm sending some prosperity energy then to you. How about that? Okay. I'm sending some get in your flow and watch things open up so energy to you. Okay. How about that? Yeah. And to be honest, Prophet Advance, I really do feel the question is actually sometimes more important. I've seen so many different shit where it's like, depending on what you're asking, if you have something in mind and you go put into Google, I'm looking for a car, what the hell you think is going to pop up? A bunch of shit. If you say, I'm looking for a red 2019 Ferrari such and such with this, and this, and that. Okay, now we're going to get more specific, extremely more specific. How you doing, Euphoria Fire? Long time no see. Glad we got two Aussies on here. We did have two. I don't know if Carmen's still here. But this is your chance if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, or if you have a side hustle. Because like I said, people like to me, a side hustle is kind of it kind of minimalizes what you're doing, that's a stream of income. Whether you utilize it in a little way or a bigger way, that's all up to you. But in my opinion, and the way I look at it, that is a business. Narrowing your search scope. Yes, being specific. Knowing what to ask. Sometimes I've had things where I'm trying to find out something maybe about a certain technology, or like I have an idea for something, but I don't even know how to even form it into words. So I don't even know what to ask when I'm asking what I'm asking, So yeah. But in this way, the beautiful thing about a mastermind group is, like I said, it's a bunch of minds coming together. So you get a fuckload more of clarity. You get suggestions, ideas, resources. You know, how many times have you ran into somebody and somehow you had a conversation and they're like, hey, you know, you can go here and there and blase, and you never even knew that shit. And then you go over there and it opens up something for you, you know? Yeah. As swish as bad. Okay, I don't know. I don't understand. I'm unwell. I've been sick in bed for over a week. Oh shit. Well, optimum healing and health to you also. You know what I'm saying? Optimum healing and health to you. I remember I had bronchitis one time years ago. That was the worst, man. Like I couldn't even talk because as soon as I start talking, I start coughing and shit. You know, and you cough so like you get so tired of coughing. Your chest, your ribs, you have a six-pack by the time you're done from all the coughing and shit. Hey, Princess Saleh Hussein. What's going on, princess? Wire me a billion, princess. I know you got your dad's money. Just wire me a mill, matter of fact. It's all right. PMS. What? My son had it when he was 3 weeks old. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, that's rough. But optimum healing though to you. You know what I'm saying? To you, Miss BB. Health is something that is so precious, you know. Am not feeling well. You too? Jesus Christ. We need to have this revival going on. Oh shit. We do have a question lined up. So in a moment, I'm gonna wrap up my talk here with for whoever needs. I know there's somebody out there that needs to hear it because you've been in business and you probably hit a wall. We all hit walls. In anything that you do, you plateau, and then you implement something different, and then okay, it's another growth spurt, then you level out. It's kind of like stairs. You know what I'm saying? It's like stairs. Yeah. So the mastermind group that we're offering is I'm beta testing it because as of right now, I don't know how many people would be interested. So I opened up one. We have 9 seats. I'm one of the 9, so there's 8, but we only have 4 seats left. Okay. So it's going to fill up. Wednesday's the last day you can also enter. All right. Now we're going to be meeting for 3 Sundays in a row. If it's important to you to grow your business, to get that money, to break out of that shit so you don't fail, you know what I'm saying? So you can start growing your shit. And who knows what other avenues, opportunities, who you might meet. You might meet a potential business partner. You might, you know, be able to network. You might be able to exchange services for something that you need, that you've been needing. And, you know, there's just no telling what may come. I lost my business 20 years ago when the airline I was supplying went bust. They didn't pay me. And, you know, and at the end of everyone, that's when it's not just a regular mastermind, you know, at the end of every meeting, I'm also going to be doing divinations for each of the members. So whatever spiritual, because, you know, we always are dealing with spiritual cause and effect. Okay. On the surface level is where they materialize. Most people always just deal with the materialization. So they try and use matter to manipulate matter, which can work up to an extent. It is a lot more difficult. Okay. So who knows what the hell is going to come through? I don't know. And they don't know. But we're getting ready. Wednesday evening, I'm going to be emailing out everybody their meeting materials, and also like a, what do you call it, a syllabus or an addendum or something, so they kind of know the structure of it, how it's going to go, what to expect. Why, thank you, Deaconess Maggie. Yeah. So you want to be sure to get down with this, man, because I'm serious about growing. Come with an open mind, you know, because some people, they think they know everything. You know what I'm saying? If you knew everything, then you would be able to traverse shit the way you want to. But you got to come with an open mind. You got to empty your cup, as Bruce Lee would say. You know, you got to empty your cup so you can have an empty cup for fresh new ideas, fresh new strategies, fresh new resources. And the other and final thing I'm going to say about this Some of us need a gym partner, right? You know what a gym partner does? It gives accountability, because times where you would just out talk yourself, because we all are good at that. We're master manipulators at talking ourselves out of shit. You know what I mean? And a gym partner usually does help with that, because they'll either encourage you, maybe they'll bust your balls a little bit and say, come on now, don't mean no, you know, come to the gym with me. It's like, I don't feel, okay. And then you end up going, and you may not have wanted to go at first, but afterwards you feel better. Not just because you went and exercised, but you feel better because you stuck with your shit, because you executed. You know, too many times we let ourselves down. And you know what? It chips away at your self-esteem. It chips away at how you see yourself, and it chips away at how you feel about yourself, to the point where that individual ends up not being able to trust themselves really. When it really comes down to it, deep, deep inside, they don't trust themselves. That's why they usually never commit to nothing, because they already know there's that still small voice that tells them, you ain't gonna stick with this shit. Look at all the other shit you didn't stick with, you know? So sometimes an object that is, what do you call it? Not in motion tends to not be in motion. Sometimes you gotta like start rolling the ball, and then an object in motion tends to stay in motion. So that's another thing about the mastermind group, is we're all gonna hold each other accountable. Okay, you said you was gonna send out 100 emails, right? Or whatever the action step is for each individual, we're all gonna be held accountable. You know, I'm gonna be held accountable. And I'm telling you, just from 3 weeks of that, you're going to see shit totally fucking transform. And then it's going to be like taking action is going to be a whole lot easier than it was before you joined the group. And you're going to be in motion. You're going to start seeing things happen. You're going to be like, you know, you may not be there yet, but you're seeing progress. And that progress, not only is the progress itself a great feeling to see, but to know that you're actually doing something, that you're actually keeping your commitment, that you're to yourself and to your business. I'm committed to keeping myself alive. Yeah, well, I'm not a witch, but if I can a spell on someone with it manifest for me. Yes, Princess Saleh Hussein. It can. Will it? I don't know. That depends on a whole lot of things. Do you truly believe to the point where you know it's going to happen? I don't know. I can't answer that for you. Only you can answer that. So there's a lot of variables that go into that. You don't have to be a witch to cast no spell. You cast spells all the time. When you criticize yourself, when you're talking shit, when you think, why is this happening to me? This always happens to me. That's casting a spell. And I got to keep it real, because that's what the fuck it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. I wish I could, like, you know, sugarcoat and coddle things, but that ain't gonna do anybody any good, you know. Jasmine Edwards, what's happening with you? Come on in. Sit your ass right the hell down right there. Grab a beanbag. Hold on, I'm gonna refresh this. But so yeah, just to sum it all up, you definitely want to get down with the Mastermind Divination group, okay? And I say it's a beta test because usually mastermind groups can go for like 6 months, you know, and a lot of times the group will meet maybe every week or every 2 weeks, you know, for a long period of time. But like I said, since I'm testing this out, you know, so I don't know how many people, you know, there's a lot of things I don't know, but that's not going to stop me from taking no action. And it's not going to stop me from putting one foot in front of the other. And it's not going to stop me from like, hey, let's give it a shot. Who knows? I may do it and I may not like it, you know, for whatever reason. You know, there's that matter too. You might start something and you won't know if you like it until you're in there, until you're up in there. You know what I'm saying? And then you might have a change of mind, which is okay. You can change directions. You can change your mind whenever you want. Yes, excellent question, Euphoria Fire. She asked, well, most of y'all can see, and I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go like that. Boom. Is the Sorcerer's Corner your new website? Yes, it is. It is the brand new membership site. It's full of all kinds of different tools and information. We're constantly, trying to upload it. I got content right now. I'm finishing. I got 3 different projects. We got the mastermind group that's available to certain levels of membership. So this website is all about assisting you in piercing the veil of your own illusions. We are all under some form of illusion, some form of trance, of limitation. Yeah, there's you. So that was a great question. And yes, it is the brand new, new. And we have some members in here. And like all the subliminal incantations are available to all members whenever you need them. We have, like different, they're kind of mini courses, but they're also spells themselves, as far as like the 3-day binding spell, the 3-day breakup spell, all kinds of different things is uploaded there. A lot of digital content is there. So when you do need it, it is there for you. But anyways, I think we're going to get started with these cards now. Okay, we're 30 minutes in. But you can join that mastermind divination group. You can go to either thesorcererscorner.com, which is beautifully just displayed right there. It's displayed right there. Okay, or you can click the link in the description box. Okay, well, you just keep trying there. Go to the link in this description box, Euphoria Fire, and just click on it. It should take you right there. It's been tested and approved. And we're going to continue with these great balls of fire. Okay, we do have a question. Our very own prophetess Bizance. She has a question, and it says, wouldn't you like to know? I bet you, I haven't even scrolled down yet. I bet you it just says, what's coming up? Watch. I haven't even, or maybe it's specific. Let me see what. Okay, what do my ancestors need me to do? Excellent question. Thank you, Euphoria Fire. Check it out. There's different levels for what different needs, So, Prophetess Vance, I think you know the get down here. I think you know how we do this, okay? Approach your altar. All right, now go ahead and take a nice deep breath. You don't even know you're breathing in the answers right now, don't you? Huh? Hold it for a second. Hold it, hold it, hold it. All right, now let it out with a nice woo-saw out your prophetess woo-haw, okay? Hoo-ha, I should say. Pop in the gum. And thank you, prophetess. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will also be doing regular spirit card pulls as well. For those who don't have a specific question, those are gratis, as they say in Spanish, free, okay? Hey, it's that PG. All right. Show me, tapping in. Who want to come through? Who want to show what it do? All right, let's hit it. I did a reading for myself yesterday on something, and I got a 10, 10, 10. I was like, what the hell? And then I didn't even trip on it. and looked it up just to see what others may say it means. You know, I don't ever take those things like the gospel, but if it resonates, it resonates. Mia May. What's going on, Mia May? All right, so let's get to you, this prophetess Vance. The prophetess Vance, the prophetess Vance. First of all, they're actually telling me that, you know what, you're at a major changing point right now for yourself. There is an ancestor here. I feel like this ancestor is from your mother's side, and he died actually as a more of a younger man. You know, well, I mean, lifespans weren't as long as they are now, but I feel this, he was probably maybe like in his early 20s or something, you know, but he's still an ancestor. Okay. I don't know what you just, they're telling me something about you had a change of mind about something. Why are you telling her this? Why are you telling her that? Is it because she's supposed to reverse it? Like, no. Okay, so it's not that. As well as like some type of, I don't know if you've been arguing with yourself or having an argument, but this is this card right here. Yeah, right. So it seems to be that there are some beliefs or thinking patterns as far as, because you know they can kind of see the road. I don't want to say that you should travel, because obviously you do have a lot of free will, but there are bullet points. This is just how I believe. Okay, everyone's can be different, and obviously none of us can prove shit. All right, so you know what I'm saying. But there are bullet points. Like you come down here, you agree to come down here, you agree to certain shit. You agree to experience certain things. You agree to meet certain people. Okay, we're going to run into each other at this particular time. Okay, and for some reason, they're bringing up this particular change of mind or this pattern of thinking. Okay, because for whatever reason, this particular choice or decision, I feel like, in the way it's coming to me, it's I don't know exactly know what the subject is, but if I'm kind of hearing yourself crapping yourself out. In the phone room, we would say like he's a crap out artist, someone who goes around and tries to discourage people. There's no money out there. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're just gonna fucking waste your time just calling. You know what I mean? That type of shit. We all do it to ourselves. So I feel like there was something either you were going to do, or that you maybe felt that you needed to do, or that you basically knew you needed to do, but in a way like you were crapping yourself out. Okay. Now, I also feel that whatever this move is, or whatever it was, it's like they're kind of saying like, girl, you need to go with this shit. Like, this is the way to go. You know. Now, a lot of times we might miss one train, we might miss another train, we might miss another train. Nobody knows how many trains we got left. You know, there's no promise about tomorrow. So whatever this has to do with, can you please remind her? You know, because you're just telling me the context, not really the contents as far as this card is going. Thank you, sir. And yeah, okay. Another thing here too. I feel like you're they're telling me that you have been, or you're, I don't know, maybe you're about to, but you're actually trying some new spiritual modalities, which is a good thing. And they're like, yeah, okay. Now you already know about, you are the one to actually break a lot of this is, to me, also a spiritual breakthrough. Okay. To me, I see a lot of karmic shit when it comes with spades energy. A lot of times spades energy for me, depending on how it comes through, is not localized just to here and now and just to this life, you know. So you got to remember, one thing affects the other, and in the quantum realm, past, present, and future, it's all together, you know. So whatever this new spiritual modality, tools, maybe even working with certain deities or goddesses or spirits that you have not before, you know, the thinking outside your box thing. Please remind me, because I'm over here thinking. That's all right. When you stop thinking, that's when it'll come up. Okay. Now, one thing, I think we've had this conversation before. Okay. But this has, for whatever reason, is showing up. It's been slowing you down. Okay. Worry. You have been secretly worrying about something. A secret little worry wart. Okay. Let me see. Give me another card here. Give me another card here. Have you been venturing out as far as spiritually? Have you been doing some new things spiritually? Look at that. Another 5. Holy shit. So basically, tell me I'm lying about the fucking change, TV. Tell me I'm lying, prophetess. Shit. Tell me I'm motherfucking lying. Okay. Well, you're in pocket with that. Okay, let me just say that. You're in pocket with that. Well, you can stick around for it. I'll still be doing spirit cards, spirit card pulls, you know. You've been worried about money, I feel, to be honest. They're saying something about you're basically only a shift in thinking away. I'm kind of like putting my own words, because that's not how they're saying it. I'm getting it more as an impression and as a feeling. Okay. But I don't feel necessarily that this was necessarily positive. Okay. If you will. And then finally, I know you're working on this though. You know about this 7 of Hearts shit. You know what this is. You know what it is, cuz. You know? This is because I can feel the different emotions. See, these, let me show you something. These thoughts have been causing these, okay? These emotions. And what they've kind of been showing me too is, how can I sum this up for you? You have been kind of beating yourself up, emotionally speaking. You have been shooting all over yourself. Like I'm doing all this stuff. I've been working on doing shadow work. I've been, you know, all this stuff. And I should be here or there. I should be over there now, by now. I do feel also like this is also, I feel like sometimes you wrestle with disappointment, okay? Which is another, a lot of times we get disappointed even if we're doing it on an unconscious level, if we're comparing ourselves to something or someone else, or even just to another ideal we have of ourselves. Like, yo, I should be already over here by now. I should be doing this, you know? And it literally sucks, like a hooker at a truck stop. It sucks the power out of right now. And I've always been saying this shit. Right now is the only time you can do something. Right now is the only time of creation, you know? So basically what they're saying for this, I would say to stop it, right? Obviously, but that's like, duh. But for you, what they're showing me, the most important thing is to be able to catch yourself, to be able to snap yourself out of that trance enough to notice, like to be able to look at yourself and say, oh, this is what I'm doing. That right there is more important than just the stopping it part. You know what I'm saying? If you can get what I'm transmitting to you, it's a game changer, you know? Yes, TV, I know. Prophetess can be impatient. And when you're impatient, you know, I spoke about it yesterday about when you feel like you're waiting. Waiting is not patience. A part of the thing is, I don't know if you really have locked in to something that you want to do, or, you know, to do and to become, because those two go together like a nutsack and like butt cheeks. You know what I'm saying? So like they go together, because you're going to have to allow yourself to become that new person, or that other version of you, as some people like to say, the 2.0 version or whatever. All right. But when we're waiting to me also has a lot of things connected to it. Waiting is also like, well, we're waiting to see if, because I don't know. That's a whole lot of a fucking different vibe than I already know. And because I know, I can be patient. Patience and knowing go together. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you have tapped into, it's like literally you like cross the fucking veil into some other dimension, and it's like, I just know it. So if it's going to take some time, like I can enjoy the process until it fully materializes for me. You know, it's a whole different wave. Yeah. Yeah. Don't focus on the patience, focus on the knowing that you are that, or that you have it, whatever it is that you're waiting for, because waiting only begets waiting. If what you're broadcasting is waiting, then the mirror reflects back, hey, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but you want waiting? More waiting ye shall have. You know what I'm saying? Cancel clear that. You know, but you get what I'm saying. When you know, you're not waiting. It's already done. You're just simply going through the motions. It's a whole other emotional trip than waiting. Waiting is like biting your nails, like, fuck, is it gonna happen? You know, I'm tapping my foot, like I'm impatient. So if you find yourself in those times of waiting, like you feel like you're waiting, you feel nervous, you feel maybe a little bit anxious, and all those other things, that is the time to do, you know, certain techniques that may, because something's coming up right then and there. Something is coming up right then and there. So you can actually use that situation to your, you know, it's funny, in the process of going for more, becoming more, that shit's going to come up, shit's going to come up, shit's going to come up. And we get to actually get two birds with one stone. We get to actualize ourselves in the way that we choose, but we also get to release whatever those things are that were holding us back before. Does that make sense to you? I know, so be patient as I. Yeah. And I'm trying to like, because I know there's been other times in your life where PayPal kicked me out. The nerve, the audacity. There's times where, like, I know there's been times in your life where, and this goes for everybody, where there was something that your eyes haven't seen yet, your hand can't touch yet, but you just know. And this knowing also comes stock equipped with this kind of this weird sense of peace. You're not tripping over it at all. Oh shit. We have a couple other questions in here. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to like really formulate the words for that. I'm trying to put something that's more intangible into tangible words. You have to, it's like a state. You gotta wear it. It's like some clothes. You put that prophetess Vance on. You know what I'm saying? We're like, yeah, you know. Good night, Miss BB. Okay. Prophetess Vance. You know what? If you want to message me, Prophetess Vance, because you and I roll back like prophylactics. Okay. I'll be more than happy, because I have another question, but I don't want to do it like publicly. I'd be like, why the fuck you take right? You know, sometimes when you find yourself like that too, another interesting question to ask yourself is, what part of me doesn't want it? You know, there's a hidden aspect of, there's a hidden being in you that's like, no, we don't want that. And until you have a meeting with that hidden being and y'all solidify shit, more than likely the hidden being is going to win, you know? The only true wisdom is knowing you know nothing. You know what? That is also true. But when I speak about knowing, I'm talking about knowing from an experiential point of view. To be able to pierce the veil of your current circumstances and things. To like fucking taste that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a whole other thing. It's very hard to articulate. Let me see here. Next up, we have our very own Deaconess Glenn. Yes, Deaconess Glenn. She has the huge church hat on right now. I want spirit cards. I want to know what my ancestors want to say. Okay. Yeah, I've been asking you. That's good. That's good. It's gonna come to you. Sometimes it's a question of timing, you know, because there is a divine timing to all things. There just is, you know. Yeah. See. I'm gonna ask you though, TV. I want to know what it is. What is your brass? What is your main thing? I think I've asked you that before, but I'm gonna ask you in private. Okay, PG. Not to church. That bitch be like, yeah, you know, shit. When I was telling the story of my daughter, and I would be like, yo, when I'd have to go to the county for supervised business when I was trying to reunify, and she was staying with this lady. In my head, I used to call this bitch Bird Nest. Like, she just had a filthy aura, and I wasn't even into reading auras and shit, but I used to call this bitch in my head Bird Nest because she had a terrible wig. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if it wasn't the hat on in church, it's the terrible wig. You know, it's Bird Nest. There was a couple bitches. Well, there's another bitch on the block we all used to call Bird Nest. You know what I'm saying? But yes, big white hat girl. Okay, PG, come on through. Go ahead and take a nice deep breath in at the Shingorian altar. Okay, that's right. Hold it for a second, and then go ahead and woo saw out your motherfucking who are into the cards, making space for whatever needs to come through. Was a bang. All right, big white hat girl. That's funny. So what did the ancestors need to tell? What did the ancestors need to tell me? What did the ancestors tell me? Do. All right, PG. I feel satisfied with the shuffle. Satisfied with the shuffle. Damn, PG, you getting diamonds like a motherfucker in this read. I'm gonna show you all these. Actually, shit's coming out pretty good. And you know I'm not gonna ever sugarcoat everything. Let's see what we got here. Let me show you. Everything is upright except this last one. So this may even be a message of encouragement as well. But look at your cards here. 5 of diamonds. 10 of diamonds. I think you've gotten this one before. I've told you about this one before. The not so glorious job. Ace of diamonds. 7 of hearts. What's up, Shimano 5? And then finally, 6 of clubs reversed. I'm gonna start with this one. Okay, because the other ones, it's not like, oh my God, you need to do this or nothing like that. The way it's coming through to me from your ancestors, honestly, I gotta tell you this too. You know what else is magical? Congratulating yourself, celebrating your even tiny, minuscule, what you may call tiny, minuscule victories. For whatever reason, the feeling that I'm getting from them is you've actually been doing quite fucking well. So, not to say anyone else hasn't, but I'm just saying like slow standing clap where everybody starts joining in afterwards, like in the movies. All right. Yeah. But we're gonna start with this one. Let's get this news out the way here. The Six of Clubs. Now I know that you can be pretty blunt, okay, when needed. But one of the things I'm getting is they're kind of telling me something having to do with throat chakra. Okay, so if there is some constructive criticism, if you will, or constructive suggestions, it has to do with this, because they're showing me something about you speaking your truth. Like I'm talking about to the 100th power, like no holding back. You know, I'm not saying to be rude or be an asshole, but it needs to be, you know, there's something having to do with that. I feel like there's a need for you at this point in your life, especially. So the Six of Clubs to me is also saying something about an imbalance in communication. And I'm feeling the imbalance. Yes, it's also in listening to your intuition, because that's the only thing is they said they'd be trying to tell you shit. And sometimes you be too busy. You be too busy, PG. You know what I'm saying? And there's been several times where they tried to get things across and it just did not take, you know. So if I would have to suggest something, it's also, you know, that 3-minute meditation a day thing, practice. Make it a practice. Make it a practice. Okay. But there's this right here, as far as speaking your own truth, it has so many reasons for that. It's not just so that you speak your truth. There is other reasons tied to this. And I think that for some reason it's also going to it's also going to feed in a very healthy way, like your self-esteem. Not saying that you have bad self-esteem, but like it can always be stronger, right? I mean, we can always love the shit out of ourselves a little bit more, right? Respect ourselves a little bit more, right? That type of thing. So good night, Euphoria. Yeah. Another thing is you have like, and I think this is also in preparation because this leads to you becoming, let's just call it the 2.0 version of PG, of Deaconess Glenn. Okay. Like you're already Deaconess Glenn, the 2.0, but it's like, as far as fully integrating that, because from what I'm seeing here, you have some major moves to make. Okay. Part of what you kind of came down here for also is having to do with, if you will, I guess, legacy. And a part of that is a financial legacy. So like I said, I feel like you have some things to offer here. Not offer. Yeah, of course offer, but like you have breaking yokes of poverty. Thank you. I wasn't going to put it that way. But yeah. Hey, Revolt, what's happening? Go check out Revolt's channel. If you like, or if you've ever worked with Santissima Muerte, you want to check out Revolt's channel. Good content there. Yeah. Look at that. And you know what? A part of speaking your truth is doing your truth, moving in your truth, taking those actions. I feel like you get inspired, but then like you shit on it, or you talk yourself out of it a lot. And there's particularly something on the table. They've scooted something across the table like, look, we need you. This is in your queue now. We need you to do this, you know, if you will, because you're them and they're you. So when you succeed and you break poverty chains, it's not just about this life. It's also it's a retroactive effect as well, believe it or not. So yeah, and this is all about the come up. This is the card of the, I'm not saying, well, I'm not saying you're not going to be a millionaire. Shit, who knows? You might come up with some idea, invention. Yeah. Okay. So you got something to do. You have a there's like something on your head, if you will, to do. But right now it's still a potentiality. Maybe even it's still a potential, but it needs to be collapsed into like something solid, and you do that by starting to put it in motion, taking action on it. Okay. And for some reason too, I don't know, have you my question to you though, have you experienced this within maybe the last couple of days or week or so, like you've actually noticed how maybe you might be thinking differently towards finances and towards money in relation to yourself? Okay, because this is, to me, also, it's also a change of mind. Okay, as far as in relation to finances, but once again, I can't not see it, how closely related finances are with how a person feels about themselves. Those two are intricately linked together, you know? Right. Well, that's good. Keep doing it. Keep going. So basically, I want to just tell you to keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, to recap, it's really about whatever this is. You have an idea, or there was something that came to you. You may have even forgot about it, okay? Because you probably from what I'm seeing here, that they're telling me like, yeah, she talked herself out of it, but it's still there. All you gotta do is tap back into it. So I don't know what this direction. It may even be more than just about the idea itself. It might be about that direction, because one thing always leads to another, and you start to enact a series of all kinds of different events, occurrences, synchronicities, different things. Huh? Oh yeah, go ahead. Put your, yeah, show your shit. Do your thing. So yeah, and this is the other thing though, because where you're going to need to be that person who has like twin revolvers coming out of here. Okay. Like, not in a bad way though, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just look, I'm not attached to how you may feel. So therefore I'm free to tell my truth, you know? And part of telling the truth is also living your truth. And when you're living in your truth, you can't be stopped, you know? So, okay, good. So do you receive that? Do you receive that, Deaconess Glenn? Okay. So really there wasn't, you was kind of a walk in the park. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. We have a woo-woo to do. All right. Do you really understand, PG? Okay. Then do you know what idea they're speaking of? Or it could be an idea about a thing, or like a specific, or it could just be like, I don't know, maybe even more of like a direction to go with something. Okay. Well, thank you, PG. Okay. I would suggest, PG, doing the 3-minute meditation a day. And I know it sounds like, even if you're in that meditation, project your vision out your third eye, you know, or you can do one that's just more passive, where you're just unplugging for 3 minutes. And sometimes that ends up creating a very small little space in consciousness. And some of those insights and intuitions, they come rushing through because they've been like waiting to get through all that fucking thick cloud of chatter, you know? Okay, so we're going to see what is going on with Woo Woo, what Woo Woo's talking about. If this PayPal will hurry up. Okay. Huh. Okay. Woo woo, you still here somewhere? You out there, woo woo? I got an idea. Yes. Okay. Good. Yeah. Because I already know how your mind be getting. You know what I'm saying? As many times as I've read for you, I already know how your mind be getting. And I feel like there's some good shit on the cutting room floor. You know what I'm saying? That sometimes it may have come through and you're like, oh, yeah, okay. Then, like, you get distracted by the next shiny thing, or maybe there's a little mini crisis or something going on, or maybe just a mini crisis in your head that gets your attention and you forget about that. Next thing you know, a day's gone by, a week's gone by, a month's gone by, a year's gone by, and that shit's still right there. Yeah. It happens to all of us, though. You know what I'm saying? It happens to all of us. I get it. You know what, PG? That's like the human condition, man. That's part of that's a huge part of mastering self. It's not even about quieting that down. It's about being able to just like ignore that shit, you know, or not allowing it to drag you everywhere. Thank you, Prophetess Vance. Okay, Woo Woo, you still here? I'm waiting to see Woo. I want to at least make sure she's here. If not, I'll just see what I'll just put it out there and then she can see it on the replay. Woo Woo, are you here? If you were, I was going to tell you go ahead and approach the altar. Go ahead and approach that altar. We organize, analyze everything. That's okay. You know, it's like when you're doing something creative, PG, because you just brought up something that I thought was interesting. Like the overanalyzing part can be detrimental to creativity at first. You want to use maybe the analyzing part after. So you let it just all flood in, and there's probably a lot of it you're not going to use. So then you can go through it with a fine-tooth comb, maybe if you wish to, you know, or refine it. Then you can use the analytical part. But a lot of what we get from the analytical part when we need creative solutions, just, you know, it ain't going to cut it. Tap into that right brain. You know what I'm saying? Tap into that right brain. Okay. I'm just going to do woo-woos because I don't know. I don't think she's here because I'm not seeing her pop up. So we're just going to do woo. All right, woo-woo. What's happening? What's going on for woo-woo? All right. And you know what I like about Revolt's videos is I love to see when people put their own, they're speaking about it through their own experience. And when they've had an experience that makes even the slightest change in them, there is a light in their words that you cannot falsify. You cannot, you know, just make the shit up. Like it's evident, you know what I'm saying? And you feel that shit. It's something that you feel. It's another transmission on another level. And I respect and I love everyone who really puts their shit out there from that place, you know? I mean, the scholarly shit's good too, you know, but we can all do our own book reports if we wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, whatever. But when people can add that part of themselves to the information, you know, it gives it a whole flavor. You know what I'm saying? Okay, woo-woo. I got distracted. Now I got to recenter myself for woo-woo, okay? All right. After this, I'll probably do a few spirit card pulls if there's nothing else left. And we're going to conclude here, all right? You ever sleep the wrong way, or like your head's propped up too far and you have like one of them kind of like pressure headaches all day? It's never like full blast, but it's like just there. Woo woo. Okay. Okay. I guess I'm just going to show her cards and I'll just talk about what I see coming through here. Me today. And especially if you don't get a lot of sleep, or if you didn't get that much sleep, you know what I'm saying? Like, I notice when I do my traps and my shoulders, depending, and if I sleep wrong, oh, it's 1:11 right now on the time, as far as the amount of time on the video. All right, so woo woo, if you are watching this somehow, some way, these are your cards. Two of spades, ace of clubs, seven of diamonds, three of clubs, six of spades. Okay. Well, it's not like that, but let's just get into the muddy part. All right. Hold on real fast. Is this to come? No pun intended. Is this to come? Is this to come? All right. So yeah, this is more so. I feel like there was an irreconcilable difference here. A dull, annoying. Yeah. And like if you exercise, then it makes your head like pound, like because the pressure, and it just. All right. Ba 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 ba. Okay, yeah. So, woo woo. I feel like you are feeling the effects of what I would call an irreconcilable difference. I feel like you had a fallout with somebody recently. Okay. I know, Prophet is bad. She said, "Why you gotta say it like that? I didn't mean it like that. It just kind of came out like that, But because I kind of felt a certain impression that she's probably been feeling, but there was something that you were going to do, woo woo, what I'm being shown here. And I feel like because of this, whatever fallout or irreconcilable difference, I feel like it has it's had a cascading effect on you. It's had a cascading effect on you. It has definitely also made you question yourself, also question your own particular value as far as, your worth is actually what I'm being shown here. Like, and besides creating lots of worry, I feel like there's been people talking shit about you, woo-woo, to which I would say it's none of your business what other people think about you. And I know it sounds great. Most of us can't stick or abide by that because we always got to know what they say. You know what I'm saying? But look a little closer. She's all upside down. Mentally, I'm feeling right now. This is pretty reflective of also how you're feeling right now. It's pretty upside down, And but I do have I see some light at the end of the tunnel. I don't feel like necessarily, well, some of this shit is going to just happen. I feel right now, I feel you're more susceptible to whatever's going on, meaning that the way that you feel right now, your vibe, all that shit is to kind of like interdependent on what's been going on around you. If things are going good, then you had a good day, but that can quickly be taken away if something else happens outside. So you've kind of been subjugated to the material world. And as I'm finding out and continuously finding out, I know that I know nothing, right? Is that exercising our mastery over ourselves, meaning our mind, being able to direct our mind, being able to become aware and direct our emotions. That makes such a powerful motherfucker, because you're not going to be pulled all over the place like 99% of the humans on the planet. That's why they even say, if you can control there's no need to control anybody else. If you can control yourself, you're going to be like that tuning fork. And then whatever tuning fork has, not the most powerful, but is the most congruent. No, not the most congruent. What do you call that? What's that word? Come on, head. Harmonic, I guess you could say. Coherent. Whichever frequency is the most coherent is automatically going to be influencing the others, because most are not coherent. So it's kind of like they say, if you're in the forest, you don't have to be able to outrun a bear. You just got to be able to outrun whoever's next to you. And that don't take much. Dot, you have a good evening. I'm going to message you later to have something to tell you. Oh, there you are, woo-woo. I don't know if you caught all this, woo-woo. Okay? But like I said, I feel like, I'm saying all that to say, I feel like you're heading into this little patch where I like to call this the good karma card. And there may even be a positive karmic relationship coming, as far as like somebody coming in the picture that's part of your soul cluster. And you're going to know, because there's just that resonance between you two. You know what I'm saying? And it flows rather smooth, you know. But I feel like it has been rough for you, but I wanted to tell you, and they want to tell you also, that you're heading into this space where okay. So yeah, you're heading into this space though, where even if something quote unquote negative does happen, it will be offset. Like the balancing out effect is going to happen like really fast. I'm talking about like really fast. So it's kind of going to be a respite, because I do feel like I just get this overwhelming feeling like shit's been pretty rough, and more so rough internally, with the way you've been feeling about stuff, the way you've been feeling about yourself in regards to the stuff, and just all of that shit. More so on the internal level. You know what I'm saying? If that part is okay, then you can deal with the outside a whole lot easier without all that inside interference. Does that make sense to you? But I guess maybe I'm here to just tell you, hey, it's about to change around. Like things are about to like balance out like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? For you. Also, in regards to your work too. Does that make sense to you, Woo? And it's okay if it don't. I don't care what you say, because it's going to, one way or another. But I like to check in with you, you know. I like to see what's going on. So basically that's what I do have. You're surrounded right now, Woo, by opportunities to start to, you know, assert your mastery over yourself. Doesn't mean the outside shit's going to change automatically or really, really fast. But I'll tell you what, there's something in you being able, like I said, to have a better understanding of your gears, how they work, to have a better control over your gears, how they work. You understand? Let me see. Oh, and we have two more. Wow. Two more questions. Our very own Deaconess Schmacky has a question. Okay. Why, thank you. My paternal grandfather came to me in a dream, and I want to know if I'm going the right direction for what he says I am ready for. Excellent question. Deaconess Schmacky, you want to come to the front here? You want to come to the front? Is the chat messed up, people? Is anybody else experiencing the chat messed up? This camera's like weird backwards, because when I'm moving here, I'm actually moving there. Yeah. Is there like a lag on the chat? I'm here, chat is messed up. Do you mean your chat is messed up or is my chat messed up? Okay, Revolt says it's good for her. TV said no. All right. Oh, just mine. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I gotta check, you know. Thank you, Woo. I do appreciate you, Woo. I really do. Does what I say to you made sense to you, though? I haven't seen a lag. Yeah, things seem to be going pretty well, don't they? Flowing real smooth. All right. Okay, so Deaconess Smacky, would you do me the honor of go ahead and kneel at the Shangorian altar? Okay, right there. The cushiony satin pads for your knees, right there. Take a nice, slow, deep breath in. Hold it for just a second, and then go ahead and woo-saw out your deaconess hoo-ha into the cards, making space for whatever needs to come through. All right, good, thank you. That was a good one. Cool. Okay. Okay. Well, please do watch it, and yeah, let me know or comment on this video after you get a chance to watch it for me, if you know. Okay, so okay, all factors known and unknown. Isabella truly moving in the right direction. For what her grandfather said she's ready. Is she ready? Because if she's ready, she's moving in the right direction. She's moving in the right direction. All facts, no cap. Okay? All facts, no cap. Come on, abuelito. Come with it. And the deciding factor. Yeah. Yeah. All in all, yes. I will show you your cards. All in all, yeah. Starting with this, Queen of Hearts, okay? 9 of Spades. King of Clubs. Was he an air sign? Or a water sign? King of Hearts here. And then the 2 of Hearts. Okay. So all in all, yes. Okay. Now I'm going to say just a few extra things here. So number one, let's just establish this right now. R-A-T now. Right now. Yes. You're going in the right direction. See what happened once I had to discipline my children. Okay. So Ms. Mackey, he was a Scorpio. Okay. But yeah, this would also be him. Yeah. Now, what I'm being shown as to something that is coming up because you are on the right direction. That's right, people. When you are on the right direction, shit's going to come up. That's another sign that you're doing the right thing, that you're moving in the right direction, that you are evolving as, and I hate to use this word and I use it loosely, as you should, okay? Now, I feel that there was either a divorce or breakup. There's emotional, energetic debris that is still present in your system, okay? And even though this may not be something like conscious, you know, it's just because it's but when it's unconscious does not mean it's not there. Just because you're not aware of it, you know what I'm saying, does not mean it's not there. And that it, in turn, is also not affecting you. Because from what I'm seeing here, it has something to do with some form of an attachment. Could be maybe even some energetic cords that need to be released for various reasons. Okay, so what this does is just allows you to also, of course, like, you want to be free to be able to go in the direction that you're being called in, and that you're being that is magnetizing you, that is pulling you, and you want to do that in the most efficient manner. However, when we have situations where we even start to do that, things are going to come up. We always have something that wants to contrast the way we want to go, you know, for the most part. So whether it's major, whether it's minor, it's still there. It's going to come up. But that's what I'm hearing a lot from him, because he can see from a perspective that we can't. He can see the Google Maps. You know how you can zoom out a Google Maps or zoom in and shit like that? Like, he could see the zoomed out picture. So he could see, like, you know, he could see Adela with the cord attached to XYZ, whoever, you know, whatever this breakup is. Go ahead and ask him about that. That'd be a nice little conversation for you guys to have, you know. 2.5 years ago. Yeah. I mean, shit, things from 20, 30 years ago are still living, you know, in us, depending, you know. Time is of no essence when it comes to that shit, you know, no essence. And whatever it is that he was, well, basically also there were some things that you took away from that divorce. I feel like in some ways you internalized some of it. And even though consciously you might say, nah, it was all his fault, or he did this, or he did that. But then there's always the other side of that coin. There's always that still small voice that's running that you can't really hear, but you feel it. You understand? And sometimes that voice likes to say, well, if I was more this or that, or whatever the case is, I don't know the specifics. Okay, good. Yeah. Because this was also about endings here too, you know. But just to answer your question, you're definitely ready, and you are definitely moving in the right direction. Another thing he says is, and I know you're doing it, so you're in motion, you're building up your trust muscles. He's saying a part of trusting in yourself and trusting that divine being that's masquerading as Adela Mackey is also trusting in the process in which that being has led you into. Because if that being, which is an aspect of you as well, and you're an aspect of it, but you can also, if you want to, just for, you know, just for semantics sake, you can view it as something separate, I guess. Trust the process. And when I say trust the process, it is very much easier said than done, but that means trusting that whatever is going on, good, bad, great, or ugly, if it's showing up for a reason. You know what I mean? So just because something happens does not mean that you are, like, I kind of feel like in a way, you'd really have to try really hard to get off track. Okay. All right, cool. So yeah, Abuelito's talking about, Abuelo is talking about, you know, having that ganas for your trust, like investing your ganas in that trust. Do it fervently, I guess that's the word. Does that make sense? That shit moves mountains, man. Oh, that shit moves mountains when you can, because when you can trust to that degree, you know, it allows you, it's like at the same time, you're also stepping out of your own way. That's the part that just makes it the most complicated, is just us getting in our own way, to be honest. And that's a whole journey of itself too, like how the journey of getting out of our own way. And that's all of us. That's part of the human experience, you know, that's part of being in this meat suit. Okay, we have another question. And this one is from our very own Revolter. Okay. So let's see what the Revolter has to ask, or what she... Oh, I don't see a question. Revolt, did you have a question? Hey, Mrs. Garcia, how are you? I used to call him Abuelito. Oh, okay. Well, see, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Absolutely, Miss Mackey. Absolutely. No, I didn't forget about you. Okay, what do I need to know? Yeah, because you didn't put something in the notes. So I was wondering what. Okay, so go ahead, Miss Revolt. Why don't you come on right? Just park yourself right here at the Shangoran altar. All right. Go ahead. Take a nice deep breath in. A relaxed breath in. Hold it for a couple seconds. We're in no hurry here. And go ahead and woo-saw out your revolting hoo-ha into the cards. And what you're doing is you're making a space for whatever needs to come through in this moment, at this time, in this place, all right? To come through. Yeah, I get it. So, she said, that's her question. Yeah. What's going on? What does she need to know? 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 All facts. All facts. Uh-oh. I'm at 5%. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to answer this question and I'm going to bounce. Plus, I got to take care of some things. I got to hit the store before it closes. Lord. Fine. Okay. Now this, for some reason, let me see here. Is this future-based? If I cut off, shit, I don't have my cord. Future-based. All right, so this appears to be also maybe something that is maybe already kind of began, but I feel there might be something you need to look out for. Trouble with some woman, okay? This woman might even be older than you, okay? This may have to do with either work, or this may have to do with also maybe, well, we know about a legal situation here, but actually I feel like this is more personal, to be honest with you, or just somebody. I feel like this woman is, I don't know, she may be jealous of you. She could be a fire sign. She could be a fire sign or have a lot of fire sign in her charts, okay? Another thing that you should know, you're going to be given a gift here soon. I know I'm ruining the surprise. I'm ruining the surprise. Okay. This is more or less like a lifeline given to you, if you will. You has nothing to do with what you did. You didn't earn, it's a gift, and I feel like who's actually giving you the gift. Okay. I feel like I actually feel like that's like Santissimo's giving you that gift. I really, really do. Also too, I feel like there is a need to also at this point maybe balance out what's most important to you. Okay. And well, it's not finally. I feel like there may also be some difficulties or problems with an earth sign. Okay, an earth sign. I'm not sure exactly. Give me another card on this. This is also having to do, because sometimes I can feel like as we move into our power, like I said, that's when the other contrary shit likes to pop up. And it seems to be you're no exception to that. Okay? As you're tapping into your power, discovering. I like to say discovering because you're not creating, you're discovering what is already there. You're connecting with what's already there. It's not about making something new. It's already there. Sometimes you can maybe say activating or whatever, but this, I'm getting a sense of self, like, of course, I feel like a broken record, but it's fucking true. You know, how you feel about yourself. Where do you place yourself? Do you put yourself on like, hey, like I hold myself in high esteem, you know, or because you can act like you do. Yeah. This is a background card I got here for this King of Diamonds. I don't know. I feel like in some ways too that this guy has maybe even given you some false information, or he's trying to manipulate you mentally. All right. He might be trying to sway or persuade you to do something. All right. But like I said, this is one of the main cards here. Okay. And I think for some reason, whatever this interaction with this King of Diamonds is mirroring something about you. Maybe this also person has made you feel a little bit less than because fill in the blank. Are they holding something over your head? Yeah, I will. I think we'll make it though. And finally, Jack of Clubs. And I think you kind of already know. Now is the time. To me, this Jack of Clubs, they're kind of saying something like you should also, in addition to tapping into this new kind of like, it's like kind of like a new foray for you making videos. But whatever these creative pursuits are, they're going to do something for it. They're taking you somewhere. You know, it may not be as a direct result from, let's say, the channel, or it could be, okay? But it's what it's doing within you. It's the transformative process that's happening within you in just the fact that you're even doing this, because the you of a year or two ago wouldn't have never done no shit like this. So you have changed. So congratulations on that. Okay, but running with this creativity, you see this bitch? Look, this is a bad bitch right here. You see her? Look at that. Yeah. You see that? So they're also I feel like I have to tell you this. I think you should be writing also. I think there's something that you may want to write. I don't know if I kind of get this feeling like you don't like writing or you wouldn't want to like writing, but I feel like you should be writing. I don't know if it's a blog, I don't know if it's a book, could be all the above. You know what I'm saying? You felt that today? Okay. Well, I'm in your head, all right? I'm all in your head. I'm in here, anime. Okay, I'm in here. So, yeah. But look, I think we're gonna wrap this up because I'm about to be dead in the water with this phone. And like I said, I do got to get to the store before they close. Yeah, nobody else is here. I will come on tomorrow, and I'll tell you what, I will do the spirit card pulls first. I'll do about 15 minutes of those first so I can be sure to get those, because I looked and I seen that I had some questions, direct questions I had to answer. So I wanted just to get to them, you know, and I didn't think, you know, but absolutely. Revolt, does that make sense to you though? Does that resonate with you? I heard this before. I'm good at writing, but never wanted to write. You know, even if you just write for yourself for right now, just play with it, you know. Um, who knows what you might discover. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like there's something there. I don't know what it is. I'm not even going front. I don't know what it is. It's not for me to know, you know. But I can only just slide that message on through, you know. You would be the one to have to write. Sometimes writing can be so therapeutic, and sometimes it can be torturous. You know, that's my experience of it. It's funny. Okay. I've been writing a lot of affirmation. That's good. That's good. To be honest, I felt that, excuse me, it was like, I'm sure could involve that, but also like more creative writing, and not even necessarily fiction. Like I don't know what. I don't know what, exactly, but hey, writing affirmations is excellent. That's a good way to ingrain them into your subconscious mind, especially, I don't know if you're doing that whole 555 shit. All right. But anyways, this is Shango Ray. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, because you could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here. Okay. So, yeah, all things in due time revolt. So, anyways, yeah, we will be talking to you soon. We'll see you tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow, and like I said, I'll do some free spirit card pulls first and foremost, and then of course if we have questions after, we'll jump into that. But yeah, dive into that mastermind divination group. Okay, get into that. Get into that. You can already see yourself, your business starting to expand. You can already see yourself starting to do shit that you would have never just thought of, just doing the same old thing. Okay, we're here for it, and you should be here for it too. All right, peace.